Here we go. This rant has been coming for too long. I've been tired. WWE screwed up this entire storyline. My feet are up. This is how you know this is going to be a long video. I don't know the time in this video right now. You're watching this video. You see the time. You see the title. That's the solution to this whole problem right there. See that title right there? The video I haven't made yet because I'm ranting about to make the video right now as you continue to watch the video. So here we go. How to fix this whole problem WWE screwed up, that they had an easy storyline, that they messed up. They done goof. They done goof on this one. So here we go. Bryan. This all starts all the way back. Wrestlemania 28. When he loses the Championship, 18 seconds. The crowd gets him over to a point where he is in not one, not two, but three main events with CM Punk for the WWE Championship. To him feuding with Kane for some reason because AJ and Bryan and Kane had a thing. Whatever, to him beating Kane at SummerSlam, winning the tag team titles for him at Night of Champions, to him retaining all the way to WrestleMania 29, to having that huge ovation in the crowd when he retained the title against Biggie Langston and Dolph Ziggler. The crowd going yes, yes, yes. Looked pretty awesome. To him losing the titles against the Shield, and that's where everything's really kicked off for Bryan, getting pretty much going on a spree of beating people to prove why he is the best wrestler in the world, or show why he's the best in the business. To him being the first person to defeat the Shield in a tag team match. There you go. He beat Seth Rollins. He faced the Shield countless times. He beat the Shield on SmackDown, which I thought should have been on pay-per-view, or at least the Raw main event, SmackDown main event. The kind of devalues the whole thing. There you go. There's the word I'm looking for. I've been using that word a lot throughout this video. To him going to Money in the Bank, not winning Money in the Bank, that's fine. Okay, he didn't win Money in the Bank, but going to SummerSlam as John Cena handpicked his opponent. Handpicked. No, they couldn't have a Battle Royal, a Gauntlet match, a Beat the Clock, a Gold Rush challenge. You haven't heard that since 2005. To him, John Cena handpicking his opponent. To Vince McMahon saying he doesn't want John Cena or Daniel Bryan to be WWE Champion. Because John Cena has been the guy for too long, and Bryan doesn't look like a guy that should be champion. So Orton is the whole deal. This is how Orton gets in the whole situation, because he missed her Money in the Bank. So is he going to cash in a SummerSlam, or is he not going to cash in a SummerSlam? To them, devaluing Bryan at pretty much the main event of SummerSlam, saying he's ugly, he has no beard, he's too short, blah blah blah. All he can do is wrestle, but he's not. There's nothing special about him. A lot of guys can wrestle, but not a lot of guys can be the guy, because he doesn't have the attributes to be the guy. Go to SummerSlam, beats John Cena clean at SummerSlam in the middle of that ring, hit that flying wing, boom, 1, 2, 3. We're all going nuts. Confetti's flying. We're all going like this. Breach is marking out in the 100 section. Miguel's gonna cry. And I'm in my floor seat. And then we hear Orton coming out. Hear that music. And Orton teases the cash and he walks away. And the second he stops, I knew trouble was brewing. Triple H turns around, boom, boom, pedigree, bam! 1, 2, 3, Orton's the champ. We walk out of SummerSlam. Next night on Raw, they bury Bryan again. Just because you think Bryan's gonna hit everyone with that flying knee. Boom! Boom! Steph, Trips, Vince, Orton, there you go. Just hit everyone with that flying knee. Just give them all that 12. Doesn't do anything. Gets buried. See that picture with them holding their hands, got all the shovels in their hands. Because pretty much that whole time that whole feud was going on, Vince and Trips were having a feud together for the whole summer, but that confined into them finally morphing together as they weren't really feuding at all. They were just trying to get a new champion, which makes no sense. Still to this day, this McMahon storyline doesn't make any sense at all. I could make a whole other 30-minute video on that on its own. But anyways, we go towards Night of Champions. So pretty much Orton gets the better of Bryan for, I believe it's 7 or 8 consecutive shows in a row. 7, I believe. Finally, on Monday Night Raw, Bryan gets triumphant over Orton because somehow Big Show is getting in the middle of this feud. Because Big Show has something to do with this. Because Triple H wants to get Big Show out of the company. So Big Show knocks out Orton and Bryan hits a flying knee. And there you go. We're going to Night of Champions. Going to Night of Champions. Triple H is somehow all good and stuff. Going to the main event. There should be no interference. Bryan hits that flying knee. Boom! Referee does a fast count. Bryan wins the title, walks out of there, pay-per-view's over, Bryan's a champ for the 2nd time in a row. Go to Raw. A fast count. Go in. And, Scott Armstrong gets fired. There's some kind of cahoots, which really wasn't. And, what is it? And, Bryan gets stripped of the title. So now we have a vacant WWE Championship. And Big Show's still in the storyline. And Bryan's slowly getting kicked out of the storyline. Big Show's intertwining in the storyline. So it's more about Big Show and Triple H and Orton versus Triple H and Bryan. So we go to Battleground, where we are guaranteed to crown a new WWE champion. So we think. Because Orton and Bryan have another good match. Orton's about to tap out. Big Show comes and knocks out Bryan. Knocks out the referee, knocks out Bryan, knocks out Orton. Scott Armstrong comes down, knocks out Scott Armstrong. And the pay-per-view ends with everyone knocked out and Big Show standing tall. So we still don't have a new WWE champion. Bryan still hasn't had his triumphant victory. So you think at Hell in a Cell everything's going to come to conclusion, because they've been stretching out the storyline for far too long. They've had 3 matches, the main event of the pay-per-view. We need a final conclusion of a match. Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels, special guest referee. Shawn Michaels is on both sides of the spectrum. He hates Orton, he trained Bryan, Triple H is his best friend. Going to Hell in a Cell, thinking they're going to be a new WWE champion. They had the match. Shawn gets distracted by Triple H because he's yelling at him outside for not doing his job properly. Orton's about to pin Bryan. Shawn is distracted. Shawn gets knocked down. Triple H barges into the cell. He wants in that cell. Triple H pulls Bryan off after Bryan hits a flying knee on Orton to get the pin, but Shawn Michaels on the corner. Bryan's yelling at him. Triple H pulls Bryan aside. Bryan finally hits that flying knee. Boom! Shawn gets up, super kicks Bryan, and then Bryan is laid out. 1, 2, 3. Orton is your WWE champion. So now you think, alright, we're going to Survivor Series. We're getting something. We're finally going to see Bryan kill Triple H or kill someone, because that's where it's concluded to. This is more than the title. This is a feud now. This is real. Sometimes feuds are sometimes bigger than the title. And this, I think they're trying to build to a feud that's bigger than the title. But you don't know WWE's logic with this. So, next night on Raw, Bryan confronts Shawn Michaels, makes him tap out. So, making you think that, oh, Shawn Michaels and Bryan are not going to really have a thing, because Triple H is going to come save him. And this is my whole point. This is why I thought they were going to Survivor Series, Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. But no, because Bryan then gets attacked by the Wyatts at the back. So now the Wyatts attack CM Punk. And this week on Raw, Bryan and CM Punk team up to take out the Wyatts. So Survivor Series is probably going to be Team Best in the World versus Team Wyatt Clan in a Survivor Series tag match. That's why I think that they're going to this. So, how to conclude the storyline? How is Bryan finally going to get his justification of this whole storyline, other than getting that shovel? Getting that 12 by Triple H. Wrestlemania. Okay. Big Show versus Orton. Big Show wins. This is going to be a hot shot of the title, by the way, for the next couple months, the way I'm booking this. Big Show beats Orton, because that whole storyline, you already know. I don't need to talk about that. TLC or Royal Rumble, Triple H and Big Show have a feud, because they're still feuding. Triple H regains his title, becomes a 14-time WWE champion, which leads to WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan beats the Wyatt Clan, has a match at whatever, and then goes into Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble at number 1, because Triple H wants to still bury him. He doesn't forget, even after how many years of. Anyways, beats Bryan. Bryan wins the Rumble, or either Bryan wins the Rumble, or he wins a chamber match to get a title match at the Rumble. Anyway, Bryan wins the Rumble, goes into WrestleMania. Triple H retains the title at the Chamber, and then we got the big boy match, WrestleMania 30. Bryan Danielson, the best wrestler in the world, going up against the man Triple H, Mr. COO, the WWE champion. And on that night, Bryan hits him with that flying knee. 1, 2, 3. Bryan closed the show, WWE champion. There you have it. Storyline fulfilled. Bryan finally gets his justification being WWE champion, being the man that's been holding him down since SummerSlam of 2013, finally winning in New Orleans at WrestleMania 30. Wow, I was going to say 20-something. 30. April, what is it? When's WrestleMania? April 6th or whatever? 2014. He finally wins that title and holds it on for dear life, because then it all makes sense. It should have made sense when he beat John Cena clean in the middle of that ring to get that passed torch towards him, but they got that shovel, throw that dirt on him, got to bury him alive. So the only way to justify Bryan, this whole storyline, is for Bryan to beat Triple H, because he gets revenge for not winning the title, for Triple H holding him down. Triple H has a storyline just because he doesn't, for him dealing with Bryan for the how many months, to finally prove why he is the man and not him, why he's WWE champion, and to get his revenge on hurting his best friend, making him tap out on Raw. It's just a perfect storyline. It's just for the title. It's a personal feud, or bad blood, there you go, whatever you want to say. And there you have it. There's your booked storyline. Triple H, Daniel Bryan, WWE Championship, WrestleMania 30 main event, or one of the 4 main events. I think the main event of WrestleMania 30 still should be John Cena versus The Undertaker. The Streak versus, it's like Icon versus Legend, or Legend versus Phenom, or Icon versus Phenom, or something with Phenom. That match is going to be insane. But if the way they could do this to save the storyline, Daniel Bryan, Triple H, WrestleMania 30, and there you have it, rebooking that storyline to make it all make sense going forward. Not looking in the past and trying to fix the past. You can't fix the past, but you can fix the future. There you have it. Thanks for watching my video today. Hope you enjoyed this video and rant and review. That is all. Bam.